WRDW News app on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV store. Even if you cut the cord, you don't have to lose your local news. Just type in or search WRDW, and you've got your local news, first alert weather, sports, and more for free.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
Georgia lawmakers want to keep kids and teachers safe in schools. Next at 5, more on the push for active shooter drills. But first at 5, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office has released video of a beating on an inmate at the Charles B. Webster Detention Center. The video we are about to show you may be disturbing for some. On February 23rd, deputies Gerardo Sanchez Jr. and Joshua Jackson responded to an emergency medical assistance call inside the Charles B. Webster Detention Center. And you can see here with the video, both deputies carrying the inmate towards a back room when one of the deputies punches the inmate in the head. Then both deputies begin continuously punching the inmate there, then dragging him to the room near the back of the frame. Now, the sheriff's office says that the inmate filed a complaint against both deputies the very next day. The Internal Affairs Division opened an investigation, eventually leading to both of those deputies being charged and arrested and fired from the agency. Sheriff Rountree says they've had 12 deputies arrested in the last year, including 6 of them for excessive use of force.
This is a wake-up call for us, a wake-up call for our 700 plus other employees that, one, this kind of behavior is not our culture, is not our way. And then we got to go back and see if we can add tools that we can help alleviate and this from happening again.
And you heard the sheriff talk about making some adjustments there, making sure it doesn't happen again. Coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're looking at what plans the sheriff's office has on putting together a plan to help deputies avoid this kind of situation. Well, turning to weather now, we're going to send things out in that full forecast. All right, thanks for that, Riley. Izzy's bill has passed in the Georgia Senate and now heads to the House. If you don't remember, last summer, Izzy drowned on his second day of swim lessons at a home in Burke County. After several months of waiting, the swim instructor, Lexi Tenusen, was arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter and reckless conduct. Dory Scott, Izzy's mother, told News 12 today that the bill had a standing ovation and only one senator opposing the measure. Well, there are new efforts to protect Georgia students in schools. House Bill 147 requires schools to submit safety plans and procedures. It also adds more active shooter drills, even though there is evidence that actually increases stress and anxiety and depression. Students with special needs, PTSD, or who have experienced past violence can opt out of this. It also gives teachers an option to get certified in gang reduction. They would learn how to spot and stop gang recruitment in schools.
Our youth kind of are impacted by what they don't know and what they don't understand, and they interest their thoughts, and once they get affiliated, they do not know how far they have been impacted about the unknown.
The bill is marked as a governor's priority bill, which means it's high on the to-do list for Governor Brian Kemp. Well, we're about 20 days from the first leg of the Aiken Triple Crown, and tonight live at 5, a bill is making its way up the ranks again that would create a commission to legalize horse track wagering. Just hours ago, the Judiciary Committee passed the South Carolina Equine Advancement Act out of a subcommittee unanimously. Arliss Alliance has more on the sports betting movement.
I usually get a table at the track for every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
This is what Daniel Gosher is used to in New York. In Aiken, he has to settle for off the books.
But people have big gentlemen's bets between each other here.
We all will put $1 in and we'll draw numbers out of a hat.
The wagering thing is like putting us behind the 8 ball when it comes to other states that make revenue off of their racing industry.
Its effects visible.
Here, there used to be 400 horses here, and 8 race horses in Aiken. Now we've got about 150, a little more than 150.
It has tracks ready to race into a new era through advanced deposit wagering, or ADW.
We would not have brick and stone buildings, but you could be able to do it remotely. The license fees would bring money into the state, and the wagering dollar would help bring money into the state.
The South Carolina Equine Commission could approve up to 3 licenses to offer ADW. A cut would go to grants to improve the equine industry.
It could go to all the equine activities. I think I counted about 10 of them here in Aiken. Horse racing training, polo, steeplechase, dressage.
To keep it around for another generation.
It needs to happen.
I think it needs to happen.
They definitely should have it.
In Aiken, Alyssa Lyons on your side.
Thanks, Alyssa. Again, this is still working its way through the South Carolina House. Its next stop is full committee. If it makes it all the way through that, then the full state House votes on it. The bill has bipartisan backing. The only other form of legal gambling in South Carolina is the lottery. USC Aiken celebrated their new students today. This is a part of their new post-secondary program for people with intellectual disabilities. The new students are coming from some of our local schools, North Augusta, Midland Valley, and South Aiken High School. The program also includes on-the-job training and independent living skills like banking, cooking, and laundry. One family says they are excited for the new experience.
It was good. I'm going to shut that out my own door.
And what else?
And what else? And
Come to what?
I'll become to more being independent, right?
Everyone's ready to leave the house. USC Aiken's Pacer Life program is the first in the region. It's also the sixth such program in South Carolina and joins 9 other programs in Georgia. The long-awaited International African American Museum in Charleston will open in June. The museum was set to open in January, but couldn't due to some humidity and temperature issues, which are now resolved. Museum officials say construction is nearly complete. The idea for the museum was sparked 23 years ago, and it's finally becoming a reality. Chief Learning and Engagement Officer says that Charleston is the perfect place for this museum because of its international connection to the African American story.
African American journey is the American journey. It doesn't sit at the margins. It's interwoven into the thread of what made us who and what we are as a nation. And Charleston was such and remains such an important city in that history.
The museum aims to tell the story of the African American journey through artifacts, art, and media experiences that hope to broaden people's knowledge. It's located at the former slave trading port Gadsden's Wharf in downtown Charleston. It will be open on June 27th. One Atlanta runner breaking records at 98 years old. Next, live at 5, we'll introduce you to a woman pushing her body to the limit. She's certainly beating me there. Riley?
Well, we're still live here at Wildwood Park. We'll let you know about Day 2 results for the MLF Invitational and also that full forecast mentioning that severe weather threat Friday coming up just after the break.
This area was where a 20-year-old was murdered more than a year ago. Coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll hear from his mom on how she's remembering her son on what would have been his 22nd birthday.
Time and temp. Brought to any storms or any rough weather Friday, but I just want you to be weather aware. Heading into the weekend, we do dry out once again. Temps will stay a little bit cooler into the mid to low 70s and looking like lots of sun heading into our Saturday and Sunday.
All right, thanks, Riley. I don't know what your workout routine is, but a 98-year-old Atlanta runner will put most of us to shame. She's a world record holder and dreaming of the records that she'll be breaking at 100. Sawyer Bussey took a run with Betty.
There are reasons why Betty Lindbergh pushes her body to its limits. Reasons she trains 6 days a week at 98 years old. What those reasons are, she has no idea.
What was it about running that kept you coming back?
You know, if you could tell me, maybe I could tell you. But I don't know what keeps me going. I really don't.
Betty started running in her 60s. She's broken multiple world records since then, sometimes without even realizing.
I'm a world record holder.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Her latest race was the USA Track and Field Masters 5K Championships.
That last 0.2 of a mile, I was really struggling on it, but I finished.
She's a legend, especially in the Atlanta running scene.
It's Betty's world and we're all living in it.
Betty tells me running has never been about her age.
I walk as fast as I can, and it takes me a long time to do a race, but I've never not finished a race.
In fact, she considers her running achievements to be quite unremarkable. Sometimes she forgets to tell her kids. She doesn't understand why people are so excited to meet her, to see her, to cheer her on.
I'm glad that people are inspired by me, but that's not my aim to go out there and do that.
While Betty might not understand her impact, the people who know her or have met her can tell you why people flock her way.
Betty is gold. She is the best of us.
She is a reminder that you will find what you're searching for, possibilities or limitations.
That's it. I mean, I just keep trying.
Sawyer Bussey, Atlanta News First.
And just incredible stuff there. Next in entertainment news, Justin Bieber won't be touring anytime soon, and Disney is getting ready to release a new Peter Pan movie. Plus, the North Augusta girls basketball team is less than 24 hours away from playing for a state title. We'll hear what the Lady Jackets have to say about all the buzz around school next in sports.
Investigate TV is
For U64.com.
Justin Bieber has canceled the remainder of his Justice World Tour. Bieber first announced he would pause the tour in June, just a month after it began, due to having been diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. The condition left his face partially paralyzed. The pop star then resumed touring at the end of July. But in September, Bieber said in a statement on Twitter that going to Europe and performing 6 live shows took a real toll on him. Well, Disney is giving us a preview of its newest live-action Peter Pan. The studio released a trailer for its upcoming film Peter Pan and Wendy.
He found it. Just like he found all of us. It's like he found me. Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
The film will be based on Disney's 1953 hit animated classic about the boy from a land where he never had to grow up. But the movie has made some very big changes from the original animation. For one, the group of lost boys appears to include girls this time around, and for the first time, Disney has chosen a black woman to portray Tinkerbell on screen. Blackish star Yara Shahidi will play Peter's tiny fairy friend who accompanies him through Neverland. Peter Pan and Wendy is slated to hit the streaming service Disney Plus on April 28th. Well, golf courses in South Carolina are capturing the eye of not only the nation, but the world. The state is among the top 5 golf destinations in the world. This is according to a new list by the International Association of Golf Traveler Operators. South Carolina is the only U.S. destination to make the list. In 2021, golf brought in $3.3 million to the state's economy. So even if you don't play well, it's still a win-win for South Carolina.
Sticking in South Carolina, the North Augusta girls basketball team is less than 24 hours away from playing in their 6th state championship game in the last 7 years. By dismantling Wade Hampton in the second half of the state semifinals, this young and talented group of ballers now has the opportunity to add their names to the history books. With the handful of seniors leading the way and the underclassmen excelling every time they hit the court, the sky's the limit for this team. The Lady Jackets say the atmosphere around school has been nothing but supportive, and they're ready to bring home North Augusta's 5th state championship since 2017.
It's definitely been exciting for my teachers just telling me go hard, everybody around me around the school saying that y'all are going to state, just an excited environment to be in.
We've been just like ready, really ready, because we know like last year we fell short, so it's just like we just want to finish this season out stronger than we did last time because we want to win.
The Class 4A state championship game between North Augusta and Westwood will take place tomorrow at 5 o'clock over at USC Aiken. Stick around because my interview with head coach Al Young ahead of the big game will be all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock. That's it for sports. We'll be right back after this quick break.
This right here is confidence and a body.
March Madness is almost here. Who's in? Who's out? The answers are revealed on the March Madness Selection Show, March 12th on CBS.
I'm Samantha.
And I'm Savannah.
And we're actually
actual clients of Austin Jackson. A girl ran a red light. The tractor trailer was right beside us, so they hit her, causing her to hit us. We rolled 4 times down Washington Road. Our injuries were extensive, and we really needed not just prompt care, but a continued care plan. Once we met with Austin, I felt really sure that we were going to get taken care of. It was definitely nice knowing that we had someone we could trust, working on our case, taking care of things, and explaining every step of the way.
Get Austin Jackson.
The Augusta guy.
21-time